Central New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
And we begin today with some breaking news, a major announcement from the NCAA today that Governor Charlie Baker will be their next president. Baker will assume his new role in March. He announced last December that he wouldn't be seeking a third term as governor. Baker was a member of the men's basketball team at Harvard. He'll take over for Dr. Mark Emmert, who's been the NCAA president since 2010. Emmert will stay on as a consultant through June of 2023. And now to a story that's developing today. A new temporary home for the homeless will open at a hotel in Smithfield. And that's where we find Natalie Norrie today. She has much more on this. Natalie?
Doreen, a new opportunity to find the homeless shelter begins today as a hotel in northern Rhode Island has offered up one of their spare buildings for the homeless to live temporarily. Community Care Alliance was granted $1.4 million in funding to rent out a separate building of a hotel in Smithfield for 6 months. There are 56 rooms, which all have 1 to 2 beds in it, and the vice president of the CCA tells us 19 of those rooms have already been filled and they only opened today. She also added the private rooms and bathrooms offered here is a luxury not many can get.
The reality is that there are some people who do decide to remain on the street rather than go to a large congregate shelter, a dormitory style shelter, because they often have trauma histories or they have mental health challenges or other difficulties that make it hard for them to be around large groups of people.
Taylor also told us there are at least 500 people in the state who need shelter right now. And though these accommodations in Smithfield are nice, the state still needs to do something by the end of this agreement to help get people off the streets. Another shelter getting ready to open is the Armory on Cranston Street. And they're set to open tomorrow with 50 beds available. And ABC6 will have a look inside later today at 4 o'clock for you. But for now, reporting live in Smithfield, Natalie Norrie, ABC6 News.
Natalie, thank you. And the people living in tents outside the State House will get to stay for at least a few days longer as the legal process plays out in court. A new complaint filed Tuesday night by the ACLU argues that the people camping on the plaza are exercising their First Amendment right to protest. The first injunction filed last week led to a temporary restraining order. The Superior Court judge overseeing the case is expected to have a decision on both filings on Friday. And now we turn to the weather here at noon as we take a live look outside right now with our sky cam. Another chilly day. We've seen some raindrops out there too today, Nick.
Yeah, there was a little mist out there from our easterly wind off the ocean, and that wind will be switching around stronger to the east and southeast. Let's look right now at what's going on. We do have the storm coming, and it will be here tonight. 40 degrees. A little dim sunshine out there, but it's a mostly cloudy sky. Feels like 33. We still have a north wind at 12, but it looks like a northeasterly wind there, mostly on the radar. And you can see just a little mist and some spotty showers, even a flake of snow up in Smithfield. Wind advisories in effect from tomorrow morning throughout the day tomorrow is an east wind 20 to 30 miles per hour and gusts 35 to 45. I don't expect any damage from that, but the storm will be strengthening tomorrow midday, and that's when we'll see a burst of wind. Watches and warnings, gale warnings offshore. There's a winter storm warning for the Berkshires of Massachusetts, Western Mass, and northwestern Connecticut. Here comes the storm. It arrives here tonight. So the storm timeline is heaviest rain Friday morning with an inch and a half. Gusty wind with us, and the showers ending late night Friday. We'll talk more about this storm and take you through the weekend coming up.
All right, Nick, thank you. And now to a focus on our schools. Education Commissioner Infante Green and officials from RIDE will appear before the House Oversight Committee to give an update on how the turnaround plan is working in Providence. There is still plenty of work to be done. Academic achievement goals aren't expected to be met now until 2027. That oversight meeting gets started at 4 o'clock. And a judge siding with local lawmakers who passed a ban on large-capacity magazines for guns in Rhode Island. The request for a preliminary injunction was filed by a gun shop and several gun owners, arguing the law is unconstitutional. The judge called the ban reasonable and said the plaintiffs failed to persuade the court that the law is unconstitutional. The bill was passed on Smith Hill in June. It bans someone from having a magazine with more than 10 rounds. That law goes into effect on Sunday. And an update now on a decades-old cold case murder in Attleboro. That suspect in the case has been arrested in Guatemala. According to Massachusetts State Police, Mario Garcia, who was on the most wanted fugitive list, was found living under an alias operating a shrimp farm. He was wanted in the 1991 stabbing death of Ismael Racinos Garcia during a fight at Dean and Bank Streets in Attleboro. The suspect was 19 at the time of the murder. He's now 50. U.S. and Guatemalan authorities will coordinate his trip back to the U.S. to face charges. And new at noon today, people are reacting in shock today to the suicide of popular DJ and dancer Stephen Twitch Boss, a man who outwardly seemed to be a pillar of happiness. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigella spoke with local mental health experts this morning. He is live in the newsroom with more. Yanni?
Good morning, Doreen. Well, this shocking suicide has those mental health professionals here in Rhode Island I spoke with sounding the alarm on the mental health crisis in the U.S., calling it a perfect storm.
This is a perfect storm in Rhode Island right now. This is a tidal wave, a tsunami. We're getting hit from every angle we can get hit by. And I don't know what to do.
The entire country left in shock after prominent dancer and DJ Stephen Twitch Boss, widely known from his time on The Ellen Show, died by suicide earlier this week.
Numbers of people that have completed suicides are higher than they've ever been.
According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, more than 45,000 Americans died by suicide in 2020, with about 1.2 million attempting to take their life. Butler Hospital in Providence also dealing with these rising numbers. According to Dr. Kevin Bale, the average daily inpatient total at the psychiatric hospital is about 170.
I think we're at that tipping point right now. I think we are at the tipping point of the healthcare system for mental health and substance use is collapsed.
Twitch's death shining a light on mental health issues across the nation after the celebrity, who was seemingly happy to everyone on the outside, posting videos of himself dancing with his wife and kids on social media just days before his death.
There usually are some warning signs in advance of, a suicidal gesture. It's very common that people will present to some kind of health professional in the month before they attempt suicide.
Tassoni, a former state senator representing Smithfield and North Smithfield, urging state leaders to make a change, adding it shouldn't take a high-profile celebrity's death for things to change. Dr. Bale in agreement, saying the conversation around mental health must continue.
Exposure to people that have completed suicide is another risk factor. But I think speaking openly and in a knowledgeable way about the problem can only help us to shed more light.
And the National Suicide Prevention Hotline 988 is a toll-free number where anyone can call and speak with a mental health professional. In the newsroom, Yanni Trigella, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you so much. And still to come here on the news at noon, the parents of one of the Idaho murder victims with new insights into what they think happened the night of the brutal attacks. We'll hear from them. And snow on the way for parts of Massachusetts and going north. How prepared is Boston for whatever comes its way? And later, the next installment of the Harry and Meghan doc is out as the Sussexes try to take aim and give Harry's side of the story. Back now with details on the investigation into the unsolved murders of those 4 Idaho college students. Officials are reviewing newly discovered surveillance video of a car racing by shortly after the murders, saying the vehicle could be critical to solving the case. ABC's Kenneth Whitworth has more.
This morning, a new clue in the Idaho murder mystery. Police now investigating this surveillance image showing a white car. It was taken from an ExxonMobil station's camera around 3:45 the morning 4 University of Idaho students were murdered. The station about a mile away from their home.
They need the community to help.
The parents of Kaylee Gonzalez, who was killed in the attack, now urging other businesses to turn over whatever footage they have before it's too late.
There's a 24-hour mark on a lot of those little video cams. There's a 7-day, a 1 month, a 1 month.
We're hitting the month. If the key part of the evidence is outside that residence, then we're losing it. We have to get it now.
Fearing that evidence is disappearing, Christy Gonzalez shares what she thinks happened in the early morning hours of November 13th.
I think this person went in very methodical. I think he really thought it out. I think he was quick. I think it was quiet, and he got in and he got out.
Leaving her daughter and 3 others stabbed to death and a community on edge. The campus now preparing to shut down for winter break. Idaho State Police letting us ride along in their ramped up 24-hour patrols.
Everybody is very aware of their surroundings right now.
They are, and really they should be at this point, and there'll be a resolution to this investigation, but certainly in the meantime, everyone should be vigilant.
He went on to say that he's confident that justice will be served. In the meantime, Xana Kernodle's family is back out handing out flyers. They plan to leave 5,000 of them on homes around the university. Also, Kaylee and Maddie's families have now scheduled a celebration of life for the two to be held at the end of the month. Kayna Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And still to come here on the news at noon. Snow coming to parts of Mass tomorrow, and still lots of openings for snowplow drivers. The warning from officials to residents. And we'll check back in with Nick for more on our rain coming tomorrow and the weekend too, right after this. ABC6 following the threat of wintry weather set to hit New England. Cities and towns across Massachusetts preparing for a winter storm expected to bring several inches of heavy wet snow to some areas of the state. In the city of Worcester, there's concern over the number of open snowplow driver positions. City officials say they have 10 to 15% fewer plow drivers than last year and the year before. Officials call the drop-off in drivers concerning, and with a driver shortage, streets might not get plowed as quickly as residents are used to after a big snowstorm. The city of Boston is ready for Friday's storm, whatever it may bring to the city. City leaders holding a winter preparedness news conference, and they say with a beefed up fleet of snow removal vehicles and 40,000 tons of salt, they are ready for the winter weather.
As of right now, we're being told the bulk of that snow is coming in the northern Worcester County, which is luckily not near here. We are going to have some crews on to take a look. We do see a colder trend at the end of the storm on Saturday where that could flip to snow and some ice. We'll be staffed accordingly.
Mayor Wu says the city has 11,000 tons of salt and more than 170 pieces of snow clearing equipment ready for the storm.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Nick Morganelli.
And good afternoon. Good to be with you. I've got the watches and warnings. We'll start with first gale warnings offshore and a wind advisory for all of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, the inland areas. That's for wind gusts, and the wind will gust maybe 35 to 45 miles per hour for a short time tomorrow, maybe for about 4 to 6 hours as this storm starts to intensify over southern New England. Inland, we've got a winter weather advisory for northern Worcester County, but you go north from there, you go west from there, and it's all winter storm warnings. This blue area will go from a watch to a warning shortly during the afternoon. National Weather Service issuing the winter storm warning in almost the entire northern New England, central New England area. They're going to get upwards of a foot of snow in most of that location. So skiers and snowboarders and all the winter outdoor recreationalists are enjoying this forecast for sure. Here comes the rain, though. It's right on our doorstep, but it's going to take several hours for it to start to fall. We do have the snowfall moving into western and southwestern New York right now. On the headlines, heavy rain and a gusty wind for Friday with that wind advisory in effect, drying out Saturday, and there's several sunny days to follow this storm. So here it comes. It's moving up the coastline from the Delmarva Peninsula. This is tonight at 11 o'clock when we start to see our first steady rain. And then the storm really starts to wind up south of New England. There's a coastal warm front. So on the other side of that front, on the western and northwestern side, it's all snow here. And it's a heavy, wet snow for most of New England. Then the storm starts to wind up and pull away Saturday morning. By that time, we should see maybe a flurry. Leftovers, maybe some flakes. The raindrops go over to snowflakes at the tail end of this, but then it does clear out partially. We get some sunshine to end the day on Saturday. This is a close-up look at this map, and here's Friday at noontime. We still have a lot of moderate to heavy rain. There's that rain-snow line. If you're traveling that way from Springfield up to Albany, New York, and southern New Hampshire and Vermont, central and northern areas of New England, it's all snow there. But we do have rain from Boston to Providence, and temperatures in the middle 40s on Friday. Then this all starts to collapse to the coastline as the storm pulls away, and we'll end with a little bit of snow. So Friday, 6 a.m., we're looking at wind gusts of 30, 35, and then they ramp up midday to about 35 to 45, and then they'll abate as we get to Friday afternoon and evening. 38 tonight, 45 tomorrow. Definitely a wet, windy day with wind gusts in the afternoon. Weekend's looking better on Sunday, 38 degrees and sunny. And that sunshine, as I said, takes you 4 days of sunshine. Look at that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, looking dry with a high near 40. Doreen?
All right, Nick, thanks. Still to come on the news at noon, the final episodes of the Harry and Meghan docuseries are out, and these couldn't be more explosive than the last time around. And it's a bird, it's a plane, it's going to be a new Superman. What we know about the new DC Studios film. Checking entertainment news now, and the last 3 episodes of the Harry and Meghan docuseries are out, and these installments focus on Harry's problems with his relatives and how the relationships changed when he married Meghan. The first episodes released last week were mostly about the early days of their relationship and the media attention. Buckingham Palace once again not commenting on the documentary. Well, Henry Cavill is out on playing Superman in the next DC Studios movie. The new film will focus on Clark Kent's earlier life in Metropolis. That doesn't mean Cavill is out completely. Variety reports that DC is working with the actor to find him a role in his new universe. Cavill posted this on Instagram saying he's sad he won't be returning, especially after announcing back in October that he expected to be in the next film. He did wish everyone involved the best of luck. Well, comedian Eddie Murphy will be receiving a lifetime honor in January, the recipient of this year's Cecil B. DeMille Award at the 80th Annual Golden Globes. The 61-year-old Murphy won a Golden Globe for his performance in Dreamgirls in 2007, but has also been nominated 6 times. He joins previous DeMille Award winners, including Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks, Harrison Ford, and Oprah Winfrey. The Golden Globes air January 10th. And still to come on ABC6 News at noon, ho, 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 we got to play Santa this morning, dropping off gifts for a family in need. Details on how you can help too right after this. We're going to check in with Nick too for another look at that afternoon forecast. Well, the ABC6 crew at Children's Friend this morning to drop off gifts for the family that we sponsored in the spirit of giving holiday drive. Clothes, coats, hats and mittens, toys too, Barbies, a dollhouse, basketball, baseballs, and more. Our group really had a lot of fun shopping for this family, just hoping to make Christmas morning magic for them. And the Children's Friend helps 1,000 families for the holiday. 1,000 families,
Wow.
Nick. There are still about 100 left who need sponsors.
Oh, wow.
It is so easy and so rewarding. We have information up on our website if anybody at home wants to help out. You don't have to sponsor a family too if it's too much for you or you don't have a group to do it with.
Every
you can
little
still
bit
just bring
helps,
a
right?
gift in, and I know they're collecting at the Warwick Mall, so it's really easy to drop it off there too. So.
And what a great crew down
Yes.
there. They do such great work.
It's amazing. 1,000 families. That is just an unbelievable effort.
A huge number.
And they're families that they know and work with too, so they know that they're going to make Christmas morning something special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we might hear a clap of thunder tomorrow as this storm kind of intensifies offshore and we get that burst of wind midday. So there it is, noontime tomorrow, and heavy rain tomorrow morning. Let's look at the 7-day forecast. And it's rain and wind tomorrow. Saturday might be a leftover flurry or sprinkle in the morning, and then we get some sunshine later in the day. Hanukkah's on Sunday. Looks like a nice day for that. And for the first half of next week.
Yeah, a lot of clear, dry days there. Just got to get through tomorrow. My goodness. All right, Nick, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first and 4. Have a great day, everybody.